Boys, the WNBA is back, and we have Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese news. If you guys do enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace. So the WNBA is back, and we have more news. Obviously, first couple games of the year, we have Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. The WNBA paired those two together in their first game at home for Caitlin Clark. Obviously, a big turnout, sold out crowd, right? And they know what they're doing. They're promoting very well, and they're trying to market the league with these things. And unfortunately, this game obviously had some animosity to it. Both players have expressed like I don't like you, you don't like me, it is what it is type thing, right? But people are trying to turn this into Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier, a rivalry that this just isn't. I mean, it's two competitors, they're two players that are a huge part of this women's basketball league, and they are a part of the biggest names. Angel Reese a little bit more off the basketball court, and Caitlin Clark more so on. And it sucks to see because I've seen a lot of people like Ryan Clark and Robert Griffin III, and all these things they're talking about like racism, and honestly, it all kind of boils down to Angel Reese being a fucking Hall of Fame hater. But I feel like this whole race thing, I'm going to show you guys the clip real quick of like the flagrant foul and the flagrant foul. It's not even a flagrant foul in my opinion, but let's take a look at how all these things started and what kind of transpired as to why it started.
And look out.
So Angel Reese pushes this girl back in the back, and she has an open layup. And Caitlin Clark is like, hell no, you're not getting a free 2 points. So she makes a play at the ball. Angel kind of fucking flops a little bit, but it's a play on the ball. This was called a personal foul. It was then reviewed and upgraded to a flagrant foul. I think the refs knew and they understood, like, hey, if we don't stop this now, it's going to get out of hand. And that's kind of why they kind of upgraded it to a flagrant foul. I don't think ever in the history of basketball is that a flagrant foul. She made a play on the ball. Angel kind of sold it a little bit, and they called it that way. It is what it is, but I think, you know, in terms of trying to settle the game down and say, hey, look, we're going to call this one tight and kind of not be so lenient. It's a hard foul. It's never a flagrant, but if they want to set that precedent of, hey, we're not going to allow you to just fight whenever the hell you want. We're going to get this under control. So that's kind of the emotion to it, right? So I think this is at halftime. Caitlin was asked about it.
Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know. Either Angel gets wide open 2 points, or you know we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
So like I said, this is at halftime. Caitlin Clark did finish that game with a triple-double. The Fever won by like 30 points or something like that. But as you can tell, super professional. Not trying to add fuel to the fire. She just says, hey, man, that's a good foul. She's either going to get 2 points or we can get an opportunity to send her to the line. Hopefully she misses one and, you know, it transpires differently. So that's a professional answer. I think throughout this whole drama, Caitlin Clark has been super sophisticated in the way she handles it. She's not feisty. She's not trying to, you know, make something bigger than it is. And Angel Reese is kind of like, yeah, I'm him. I'm the villain, and she does play that part really well. So she kind of plays into it a little bit. I'm gonna start off by saying that this guy right here, I'm gonna pull a lot of clips from his page, but he is a hater. I think he is a little bit of biased on Caitlin Clark. To be fair, I lean more so towards Caitlin just because I think she kind of lets her game talk for herself instead of, you know, talking off the court. But this was one of those things where I just saw and I was like, man, this is weird, bro. It's just super weird. So we have these two basketball analysts. They're super. I know girl on the right, she's on First Take all the time. Girl on the left is always on NBA games, WNBA games.
Rini, I would say I think folks that truly love the game of basketball need to be mindful. You need to respect the humanity of these women, whether you are Team Clark or Team Reese, although you can certainly be both, right? the aftermath, the fact that the WNBA has to put out a statement because of racist comments and unsafe conditions toward Angel Reese. Like, I just want people to be mindful that whether you like it or not, anytime something happens with the two of them, one is automatically put as a victim and one is automatically put as someone who needs to be saved, when in reality, both are excellent competitors. They both said this was a basketball play. Now, Greeny, let's be honest. If this was the other way around, oh, Lord, you can only imagine how the conversation would have gone.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And when you
So yeah, I mean, it's weird. Their whole debate is super weird in terms of like, hey, this is a race thing, or they're trying to make it a race thing, or it's like, oh my God, what if Angel was white and Caitlyn was black? It's like, bro, it's really not that. It's obviously two competitors. They're competing. One just so happens to be black. One just so happens to be white. But that really has nothing to do with it. When have you ever seen like the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird days? Obviously, back then it was a little bit different. So a lot of people liked the Celtics because they were all white dudes and they had Bill Russell and a couple other black dudes. But you know what I mean? It's just super weird in this day and age, like 2025, like talking about like, oh my God, this person's black and this person's white, so we have to protect the white person and kind of shit on the black person. It's just not, that's just not it. I mean, that is just a sports world. It's nothing malicious about it. I think that people that try to make it that is super weird. I think it takes away from the game, and it doesn't allow players to just be respected for what they do and not who they are, right? Not so much like, oh my God, we're gonna love Caitlyn because she's white. It's not that. I mean, she's the best and biggest influential player in WNBA history, in women's basketball history. I mean, I watch because I think she plays great. She reminds me a little bit of like Steph Curry. It's exciting, nothing crazy, nothing flashy. Obviously, there's no crazy dunks in the WNBA, so that kind of aspect of the game is taken out of. But I think Caitlyn is more so in the right. I just don't like the unnecessary like racism thing going on. I think it's super weird. It's super it's not one of those things you want to see televised on national television where you have a lot of impressionable kids, and that's kind of, you know, a lot of people get mad at these things. They see these things and they're like, oh my God, like, obviously I'm 30 years old. I'm a grown man, and I'm just like, bro, why do you have to take it there? Why do you take it there? Like, that's weird. Like, why would you do that? I don't want my kids to see this and be like, oh, I like her because of this. I like her because of that. I want you to like her because she's good, not because of whatever the fuck, right? So she goes on again. This is this is BBC, I guess.
Two things. I think it has to show up in our storytelling, and it has to be encouraged by our families.
Yeah.
To me, right? And so covering the WNBA this past season, Caitlin Clark's rookie year, for all of the conversation that surrounded her, some which was fair and some which wasn't, the one thing that I cannot deny is the amount of little girls that were showing up to follow her. Little girls with their parents, and the fervor and the energy there.
Why her?
Same thing.
Why her?
Well, I was just about to say same thing for Angel Reese when I had a chance to cover their games. But I think Caitlyn represented, and again, some of this to me probably is not fair to her because it was not anything that she said or was truly based on her personality, but she was a white girl from the middle of America. And so she represented a whole lot to a lot of people, whether that is truly what she prescribed to or not. We can all say she is a dynamic basketball player and a force both on the court and the marketing sense. But I do think, same thing with folks that may have fallen in love with Angel Reese that she may or may not have agreed with everything they had to say either. We attach our fandom to these icons for all types of reasons, and sometimes they may not be based in all truth.
So yeah, she talks about like, yeah, Caitlin Clark, she's famous she's famous because of a lot of these little girls because they love her because she's a white girl from the middle of America. Which, like I said, man, it's just weird. Like, what the hell does that have to do with anything? Like, who cares what that person's from? I love Shannon Sharp. I don't know where the hell he's from. I don't know where he lived. I don't know where the hell he grew up and what high school he went to. I don't know none of that. I just know he's a great player. He's fun to watch, and as an analyst on TV, he's great. I mean, I think, like I said, they're trying to make it something it just isn't. They're digging for something that's just not there, and obviously this is great for in terms of content because it's like, yeah, we get to talk about this and we get to beat a dead horse, and you know, those controversies from those people make it like acceptable to talk about. No more so, not like it's not a fun thing to do. It's just like what everybody else is doing. To be fair, that's what I'm doing right now. But I mean, like I said, it's just weird energy, bro. It's just so weird. Like the game is back, and this is the first thing you want to talk about. There's nothing else. There's no the defending champs did this. This new competitor is doing this. It's just like two competitive girls are going at it, and we're talking about racism and how one's treated differently than the other, and I don't know, man. It's super weird. And then we have Ryan Clark, and I love Ryan Clark. I just thought it was so weird how he attacked RG3 on Twitter and on his podcast, which is a super famous podcast, The Pivot, that he has with alongside other ex NFL players and just professional athletes as well. He goes at him because it's a 3-minute video. I'm not gonna make you watch it. Also, he talks about how he can't take what RG3 says seriously because RG3 is married to a white woman and doesn't know what it's like for black women in the USA, which is so weird, bro. Like, what the hell does that have to do with anything? RG3 was a phenomenal quarterback. He had his injury problems. But what does him being married to a white woman have to do with anything, bro? Like, that's like you hating on Taylor Swift, not because she's the biggest artist, but because she's a white girl from, I don't even know where the hell she's from. But that's so weird, bro. Like, why attack even one of your boys? Like, that you played the same sport as he did. You guys went through the same sort of stuff, right? You guys both traumatized and killed your body just to play a game that you enjoyed. Like, I don't know, man. It's just weird energy from Ryan. I did not expect that from him. I love RC. I think he does great in terms of like NFL, but other stuff, this one was just weird. It was just rubbed me the wrong way. And then RG3 spoke about it first when it first happened. I'm not gonna watch the video. I'm just gonna talk about how he agrees that Angel Reese is a Hall of Fame hater. It's pretty blatant the way she does it. She gets mad when she's talking about people are talking about Caitlin Clark. Like, you guys saw that one video where it was like, what is your opinion on Caitlin being the biggest WNBA star and how she has influenced the game? And Caitlin says, I influenced it too. And it's like, bro, nobody asked you about that. We're sure that you're a part of this success as to why it's successful. But obviously, Caitlin Clark is the biggest catalyst for growth of the game in terms of the trajectory of the WNBA right now, because a lot of people are watching now. There are a lot of people are invested and they want to watch these things. And to be fair, Caitlyn and Angel have a good rivalry, but this is the type of stuff where it's just like, bro, this is no longer about sports. This is about something totally different, and it shouldn't be about this. It should be we should be talking about how Caitlyn dropped 40, and then Angel got 20 points, 20 rebounds. Like, that's what it should be about, not this and this and this, that, and the other. It's so weird. So, yeah, he talks about how Angel Reese is just jealous, and she just isn't some jealous black woman. She's a WNBA star, national champion with LSU, competitor. Rivalry aren't built on handshakes. They're forging fire, fouls, and pride. Angel wants to beat and outshine Caitlin Clark. Angel has said she's the villain. This is sports. That's the game. Angel Reese has beat Caitlin Clark but never outshined her. Even when Angel won the national title, the First Lady went to see her and Caitlin Clark at the White House. So, yeah, I mean, all fair points. I do think that Angel Reese is a bit of a hater. I do think that she has embraced that villain role. I think she kind of gave it to herself, the self-proclaimed villain. I don't think anybody ever saw her as that. I mean, it's okay to take a couple jabs at somebody, right? But to constantly, every single press conference, bring up that person's name. To be fair, it's hard when that's all they talk about. And you're kind of like, okay, bro, this is fucking annoying. Like, we get that Caitlin's great, but you're here at my game talking to me. You're kind of pissing me off because who asked, right? But I thought what RG3 said was pretty valid. And then here's some of the... I showed you the clip of Caitlyn kind of hard fouling Angel Reese for her layup. And these were all and she got up and she kind of went in her face and was like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you fucking crazy? So here's Caitlyn. It's so interesting to watch like two ends of the spectrum of, hey, Caitlyn just plays the damn game and Angel kind of talks a lot. Angel has a lot of other forms of media, like I think she was on Vogue or she was at the Met Gala or those fashion things. I mean, like I said, bro, it's just weird. Like, why can't we just play the game? I know a lot of people are gonna make the claim of like Caitlyn can do no wrong, which to be fair, she hasn't done anything super weird in my opinion. She just plays the game she loves. She does it really well, and she gets praised for it. But I don't think Angel Reese is a bad player. She has made a lot of improvements over the summer to her game, and I kind of, for the long term expectation of this, I hope that Caitlyn and Angel Reese kind of make this one of those things where Ronaldo and Messi, they were kind of compared to one another all the time, and they both were kind of pissed off about it. They're like, hey man, you're at a Portugal match interview. Why are you asking me about Messi, who's on the other side of the world, right? But those two have both admitted, like, hey, because they were talking about the other person so much, I wanted to be better. I didn't want them to talk about him no more. So I hope Angel does the same thing. She's obviously a couple steps behind Caitlyn. Caitlyn is the best women's basketball player at the moment, and Angel has the potential to do that. I mean, she like RG3 pointed out, she was a national champion with LSU. She's a part of a good team right now. So yeah, bro, I really hope that all these things kind of stop. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of watching it. I hate that this has to come to something like this. Like, it's so weird for the WNBA to be doing so well, and we're just like, cut it all off, cut it out to legs, and like, let's talk about something completely random like racism. Like, bro, stop. Why does that have to do that? Like, why do you do this? Like, bro, let's celebrate the players, bro. Let's celebrate that this is competitive sport, and that hard fouls do happen, and they will happen, and they will continue to happen. And I think the aspect, like I said, of the flagrant foul, totally fine in terms of like, hey, the game's getting emotional. Let me take it down a notch. Like, we're not gonna call it. We're not gonna be easy on you guys. We're just gonna. If you're gonna be dumb, we're gonna call it dumb. Like, bench is kind of semi-cleared after that foul, and refs were like, hey man, all these other aspects went into it. That's why we called it a flagrant. It's not a flagrant in anybody's opinion, I don't think. But in terms of the emotional aspect of the game, I understand it being called a flagrant just to calm everybody's nerves down. Just say, hey, look, you mess around, we're just gonna eject you. Like, we're not playing this game right now. So we're just gonna play basketball, nothing else. So let me know what you guys thought about the whole drama and the whole racism thing. If you guys do enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.